Good evening, everybody. What's up?
What's good?
I'm Hazeyy. We got Clutch and Bo. This is episode 59 of the Streamers Paradise podcast. We're gonna got a special guest tonight. We got a special guest tonight.
Congratulations, Hazeyy. You're now a father. Let's fucking go.
I got my questions lined up.
I'm shaking, really, honestly.
This is amazing. This is first stream as a father. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There she is. You guys be too
She's like,
excited.
yo, I'm just trying to sleep. I'm just trying to sleep.
All right, congratulations. Look at that. She's so peaceful.
You see, she was like a little annoyed when he was like trying to move around. She's like, yo, just want to sleep right now.
Yo, thank you guys for the love. I don't see anything that's going on. Yo, Chi made her. Chi made her. Can you believe it? Can you believe Chi made this thing? I am so smitten. Like, I don't even know what to say. I legit. First, I want to, from me and Chi, I want to thank everyone on the staff team to the moon and back. Everybody who puts in the energy day in and day out. And this place is unforgiving, as we all know. And I'm just so grateful that we had such dependable people to fall back on and allow us to take this time away from the server to enjoy our new baby. And I know that I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I know Chi is so grateful. But we miss you guys, too. Miss you guys like crazy.
Missed you too, man. Miss both of ya. Tell the president was gone. But as a staff team, we got your back for sure.
So, what are your questions?
I was just kidding. I got questions for the special guest, but she's sleeping right now. I don't want to bother her.
Oh, tell us the experience.
I mean, I seen some stuff. How was it? It wasn't an easy labor, was it?
I think we don't have anything to compare it to. You know,
it was long.
I don't know if it was long. I don't know. I know that the whole process of actually having the baby, like when she started pushing, that was really quick. Everyone's saying that part was fast, but I don't know. I have nothing to compare it to. I know like her sister had a really difficult time when she had. I don't know if it was this last one or the one before that. Yo, you guys are going crazy. Thank you so much. I fucking love you guys and miss you so much. All of you so much. If you knew, it's like I think of the baby and my wife, right? Like they're a team now. I think of them both together. And then it's like SP, the baby, Chi, SP. I'm just excited to get back into it. Nacho, Valentine, Latoy with 20 months. Yo, thank you guys so much. All the gifteds, the bits. Jeez, Gianna, look at this. Gianna, look. Copy.
I'm trying to sleep.
Thank you guys for all the kind words.
She just eat and sleep peacefully. She do a lot of crying.
She doesn't do a whole lot of anything, man. I honestly think that I feel like I want to say she's a pretty good baby. Like I haven't really heard her scream. She's only 6 days old.
Yeah. No, I know, but those are some of like.
Yo, God Lady, Average Dave, thank you guys.
What was I gonna say?
Nacho Mama.
Like the first couple of weeks are like the
City.
The hard ones. Like you don't know. Like you gotta learn what cry means what.
Right. There's different cries for different things. Don't let her hear me. The dogs. So it's interesting. We thought that the boy, our Chihuahua, the Ignacio, we thought that he was going to be totally in love and completely obsessed, and he seems to be more tending to her if she cries than anything. Like, he doesn't go around her really unless she's making a noise. But the girl, she is on top of it. She is always on. But I just can't believe that this is a little human that my wife grew in her belly, and now she's in my arms, bro. Like, what in the fuck? Yo, Nacho, Munchie Cheese. She said, that's my baby too. That's exactly what she said. You have two girls? Laura, thank you. Savage, it's the truth. You had to pull over to give baby love. Thank you, Munchie. Oh, Munch. So actually, I don't know. I want to know what Chi says. But we've had some pictures taken today, and there's a few that we got as like a sneak, right, babe? What do you think? You want to show a couple? You want to send them to me in a messenger if you do? Zimby, thank you guys. Treble, thank you. It's all good. Nothing is required. It's all love. It's all appreciated. Yo, she is so fucking cool, man. Like, I just look at her and I can't stop staring at her. So Clutch, you're gonna have a daughter in 2 months, right?
Well, basically like a month and a half at this point. It's mid-July, so 6 weeks. We in there, and then seeing this is just like gets me excited for it, man.
Yo,
I really can't wait.
I can't believe it. So the one thing that everybody was saying was like, don't watch the birth. Don't watch the birth. I watched the birth, and I am so glad I did. I'm so glad I did.
Too.
When people were saying that, right?
So I was actually like, I don't even want to see that shit. Like, I'm gonna stay on the other side, and like, I'm not going down there. Like, I have like no real interest in being on that side. And then when it was time, the doctor was like, grab her leg, and I was like, all right, I got it. Got it. What else? What else? I was like, it was pretty. I felt like I delivered the baby. Did they let you like deliver the baby partially?
No,
like
no,
you were like right there for it. No?
I was right next to it though.
Okay.
Like,
yeah,
as
I was
close
like right
as you
there.
could be.
I felt like the doctor had his hand there, and he's like, all right, like, be ready. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I was gonna be over there.
So it's hard not to look, but I was so happy that I did because it was wonderful. It was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and I'm so impressed with my wife. Like, women, every woman that has a baby does that.
Yeah. They're real ones.
Every friggin' woman that has a baby does that. So,
well, there's cesarean, which is
yeah,
it's harder or not.
I don't think that. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I'm just saying, even the laboring part. If they're laboring, then they're.
But that's the thing is, like, most of the time, it's like before they do the cesarean. Yeah, they're doing the brunt of the work. So it's like a little doll.
She does, right? Yo, I'm so jacked. She is so little. She's so tiny. I'm smitten, and I'm so grateful for all of you, just being invested in this and being excited to meet her. She's got aunts and uncles from all over the world, literally all over the world. And yeah, thank you so much. So, how has everybody been? Tell me, what have I missed?
How much you mean?
Uncle Dingo. Uncle Dingo loves you. I'm sorry.
I hit level 3 right before reset. I think like a day or two before.
This guy.
So good.
She is very cute. Thank you so much, Laura. So loved.
Gets me excited for me. At least 6 more weeks, and then I'm gonna be at your stage basically.
Dude, I'm
It's like practically
I'm
twins.
tired as fuck though. Like she's ruthless. Like she's not screaming at night, but she likes to be awake. And she has like her binky in her mouth, and then she'll spit it out, and then she gets mad. Right? She gets mad that she doesn't have it in her mouth.
I wish we clipped it when you were like, I'm used to this. This be easy.
Yeah. Oh well, with the waking up part, like I'll be all right. I know that I'll be okay. Yo, thank you guys so much for the hype train. I'm gonna go give her back to her mom so she's not sweating in this thing.
She's cooking. She's like, yo, I was cooking. Then I got into this nice air, and now I'm cooking again. Oh man. So 6 more weeks, Clutch. 6 weeks.
6 months, I'm right there. Like I said, just hearing and watching.
So they're practically gonna be twins. It's like
Yeah, basically.
same
Dingo's
age.
baby too. Dingo's a couple weeks before, so they're all gonna be there on the same.
Has it only been a couple weeks? Holy.
Well, not a couple. I think like 6 weeks.
No, it's gotta be a couple months. No, it's gotta be a couple
I
months.
think everybody was like 6 weeks in between, to be honest.
Dingo, how old's the baby?
How old is the baby?
They're
Right?
still
10.5? Pretty sure.
10 weeks. Okay. Wow, it feels like
2? Oh my god. Damn.
it feels like
Time
a lot
flies.
longer. Yeah, man.
10 weeks. Rain is 10
Yeah,
weeks
she's older.
old now? Yeah, so
10
that
weeks.
makes perfect sense because she was like 2 months ahead of us. And yeah, speaking months, what is that? No, is it months? I
It's
thought
2.5 months. Just 2.5 months.
Yeah, it's basically 2.5 months.
Rabbit, thank you for the 100 biddies. Thank you all for everything. I love you all so
it's
much.
It's like 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, pretty much. I mean, give or take a week or two. That's crazy.
All girls too.
I'm so surprised we're all having girls. We're having Rain, Gianna, and what's your daughter's name, Clutch?
We're naming her Daniela.
Daniela.
Daniela, yep. We're naming her.
I like that name. I've known a few Danielas in my time.
Let's go.
It's funny. Dingo says she'll be 3 months on the 20th.
3 months on the 20th.
Describing a baby's age when they're that young is like so time consuming. Like there's like so many ways, but it's like a couple of weeks is a big difference at that age. You know what I mean? Because there's developmental differences like are only so far apart.
I will do that, City. Thank you so much, Mr. Mills. Oh, and City, I hope you feeling good today. You had a surgery. I didn't mean to say that out loud. I forgot. You said it. You said it in the server. Sorry. Never mind. I know that your thing was today. I hope you're okay. I hope you get your rest and you feel better. Thank you so much.
We're gonna need a new channel point redemption, by the way.
For what? See the baby, right? See the
See
girl.
the baby. You gotta see the baby. You gotta see the girl. See the boy.
See the girl. No, see girl number 2. Because Isabel is still number 1 girl. We spent 3 days in the hospital, right? And they wanted us to stay another night, and that day went into Memorial Day. So they wanted us to stay another night and then get blood work and all that stuff done. And I was like, no, please just let us leave and we'll come back tomorrow. They finally agreed to that. And when we went back the next day, it was Memorial Day. There was nobody there. There was no text. There was no nothing. She's 1 day. She's 1 day out of the hospital. She was like 2 days old, and we're dragging her out the house to go to the hospital again. And it was no reason. There was no reason for her to even go.
Yeah, so it doesn't. So you would have stayed there, and then be like, "Oh, now you gotta stay till tomorrow."
Exactly. No way.
I'd have been like, "Yeah, hold my drink real quick."
Do you remember your experience in the hospital when you had your child, the first one?
Bro, it's so intrusive.
It is very intrusive.
Like every couple of minutes, like they knock, but like they knock and open. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well,
I
I think it depends on the person. There was a few people that were knocking and waiting for us to say something, but she is doing the mommy thing like all natural. She's breastfeeding, all that. So you knock on the door and just open, you might be catching my wife with her shirt off. You know what I
That's what I'm
mean?
saying. It's like so intrusive because like, so we didn't breastfeed the whole time, but when we were in the hospital, we did. We tried to breastfeed both of them. Well, I didn't try shit. My wife tried to breastfeed them like a couple weeks, but they both had like milk issues, so we had to get special formulas.
Yeah.
The one wasn't so difficult. The other one was like it was like a trial and error on formula after formula. But like like in the hospital, it's just like, you know, they not most of the time they knock it open, or it's like, oh, do you want the baby? Do you want to take the baby? We got to take the baby. Da 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 da. Like,
Well, that was the first time or the last two times? What are you speaking about? Are you speaking about
the last two times. The first time I was 17 years ago. I could tell
right?
you,
Well, it would have been
shit.
much different then too. Did you have a baby during COVID?
No,
Just before it happened.
just before COVID.
So we had a baby right after COVID lifted. Literally, it was like 10 days or maybe 10 weeks. No, I don't think it was 10 weeks. It was just a little bit of time had gone by, and they had lifted. Because we were going to all of our visits, we had to wear masks. We had to wait outside. We had to check in, right? It wasn't like that the last few visits. They lifted all the mandates. There was no mask mandate. There was no nothing. Initially, they were telling us only one person could stay the night in the hospital, right? And it was most of the time it's the
Clearly.
father. You know what I mean? But they ended up letting us have so yeah, they lifted the COVID restrictions, and then there's more than 2 people in the room at that time now, right? Like you can have grandma come in, you can have sister come in, you can
Yeah,
it was lifted just, you know?
just before. That's good because, like I said, I remember for both of mine, my mother-in-law was there, and for one of them, I know my wife's cousin was there. But I remember, like, all through COVID, like, I have friends that had kids, and they were like, yeah, their parents, like, were outside, like, standing outside the hospital,
Oh,
like, just waiting to hear news. Kind of shit. Like, I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that.
Aspen, we didn't have a sign, but that would make sense, right? That would make sense. So there was a few things that blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. Like that thing they put on the umbilical cord. Did you know that they put a tracker device on the baby because people come into the place and steal children?
I've heard that.
They
the,
actually,
the little clamp.
yeah,
What is
dude.
it? Tracking the baby?
Mm-hmm.
So, Cloudy, I wouldn't love to know because I was tense. I was tense during this time and there wasn't any restrictions. So I can't imagine how I would have felt otherwise. You know what I mean? Like in a different circumstance.
Yeah.
Just think about that. You didn't have a baby. Nobody had a baby in COVID. You couldn't go in. I know that somebody in the UK that I know who used to be on staff, Sluggy, he had his baby at the height of COVID in the UK.
Remember.
And he had to sit outside like the entire time
Yeah, they wouldn't even
until
let him in, right?
yeah,
That's
he
crazy.
wasn't even allowed to go in. That makes that situation nuts.
That's
Right?
crazy. Yeah, like mom is there by herself.
I couldn't imagine
By herself.
she being
Yeah.
in there by herself. What the fuck? I was upset when she had all these people around her, and if she was alone, oh man. Because they probably had minimal nurses before you even knew it was COVID. And in Korea, holy shit, that's crazy, Munch. Could you fucking imagine just a couple weeks longer and you might have gotten stuck there?
No, for real. That's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
dingo. That's a nice picture. Proud daddy. I am proud. So she actually, I didn't know this because I don't look like I looked when I was a newborn baby. You know what I mean? None of us do, really. You have like a little bit of it, but not
Yeah.
much. Me and her are fucking twins when we were born. Now, I don't know how much her face is going to change, but my face and her face as infants, as newborns, is so similar, it's scary. Like, my mom just casually pulled out a photo today. Like, look.
Either way, he's gonna have one of y'all features, so we're gonna see. The features definitely growing. I think at like 3-6 months, you start to notice some features.
It's gonna be so cool to watch them, like watch the baby learn, and you know the things that you're gonna end up teaching them as they grow, you know, and then watch them put it into play. Like I imagine you're both experiencing that stuff now already, and I'm just, you know, I haven't started that part yet. It will come soon though.
So much.
Cherish those moments, yo. Cherish those moments.
Yeah, because cherish them. Because right now, like, as much as I love my kids, there are times I would like to choke them.
Yeah, facts.
Bro.
So wait, you had to visit your own baby, Munchie? Like you had to go there Monday through Friday in the NQ since they were born at 30?
Oh shit.
That's
She was
so
born-
scary. 30 weeks is very premature, right? That's 10 weeks.
Yeah, it's 10 weeks. So she was there. So she was there for 10 weeks, a little, probably more than 10 weeks.
Do
right?
they keep you for the whole time?
As long as you don't, like, you go home every day, but you
Munchie.
can only go during like visiting hours.
How much did he weigh at 30 weeks when he was born?
Not. It's tiny. That's crazy.
Look at Dingo took this picture for me.
Yeah, I see. When you said it,
I
I
was
went
just
to
looking at it right now. Too. I was thinking that's awesome.
That's my girl, man. She's 2 pounds. Wow. Munch, that's crazy. I can't imagine how light that felt. Like holding a human that's 2 pounds.
You have to hold her inside the incubator, right?
Is that the
It's
one
like
where
one
there's
of
the
those-
gloves?
You put the gloves on. If I remember, my brother's daughter was born super around the same time. Actually, I think she was like 28, 30 weeks, somewhere in that time frame.
Yeah, now he's strong,
was
right? And he's a
born.
bully.
But she's big as shit now. Yeah, it's like
I love that.
nothing.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see how her face changes. I'm excited to, you know, I'm excited to see it all. I feel so much different than I thought I was gonna feel. It is something you can't explain, but it's not necessarily
I did not mean to pin a message. Let's reply. Oh no, just keep going. I got it.
yeah, no, it was
First
just something I
come on.
wasn't really. Hey, yo, you did tell me, Ramos. You did. You fucking told me. Did you see her? Did you see her, dude?
I'm proud for both of you. That's all. You guys got it. The no sleep, you guys got
You
it.
didn't see her?
did.
Oh man, I'm gonna go grab her again. I'll go grab her.
Do it.
I'll go
Do
grab
it.
her.
All right. She's gonna be like, "What the hell, Daddy?"
Again?
Yeah, it's actually crazy because their face like does change. It's like, oh, it looks like mommy. Oh, it looks like daddy. Oh, it looks like mommy. Oh, it looks like
Yeah.
daddy.
It's always
It's a
gonna.
lot, man. It's always gonna be yeah. It's both it's 2 different DNAs, right? It's got a little bit of like a little bit of both parents.
And it really changes over time because I felt like Lucas as a kid, like 1 to probably 3, he looked more just like his mother, exactly like the mother. But now it's getting more to his later years and features now. Like now it's a little mixture of me. You could say it looks more like me too now, at least.
Yeah, it's crazy. I see like I hate social media. Like I'm not really like into it. Like it's good for businesses and stuff, but like I'm not huge on it. But I love that my wife posts a ton of pictures, and every year I go, last year on this day, and it's like, every year on that day, and you see all like, so she posts a lot of pictures of kids, and it's like every day, it's like you see like all the previous years and the changes.
I so agree.
She
with
just
you
stuck
on
her
that,
tongue
bro.
out at you. She's like,
Oh my god, so precious, so sweet.
I fucking can't stand it.
no, it's like that's about the only thing I enjoy about my social media is the.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like my girl's the same way. Like I hate that she takes so much pictures, but in that same way,
Yeah.
she showed me like recently, like last week, baby pictures of Lucas. So it gets me more excited for our baby to come around. It's like, oh man, I remember those times. Those baby stages are fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's like I'm glad my wife does it because like me personally, like I'm not the camera person, right? Like I rather just I don't need a picture. Like I want to be in the moment. I want to like be doing stuff, not worry about my phone or taking a picture. But it's nice to have those pictures that I don't want to be be responsible for taking.
Memories, man.
Yo,
You gotta cherish them.
she has that new baby smell for sure.
Fresh car,
sure. Bro,
Let's
I'm just like fucking nuzzling her neck. I could just bite her little cheeks. Like I'm so smitten with that little fucking human. It's crazy.
Figure out my camera now.
Stuff. To throw them on the watch list. I mean, at least you handed it off smooth. Like at least that went well.
Always. I'm pretty good with it when it comes to stuff like that. You know, can't preach it if I don't know how to do it. Let's fucking go. My bad. We're back. You know what? The cuteness.
All right, so what were we?
Too much. Cuteness
it broke the stream. Yeah, it broke the Twitch can't handle the shit.
Hold on, let me give me a second to turn this up.
All right, we out here. Should be good.
That was clean, Clutch. That's clean. Like I can't see you on Discord, but it's almost like you're there.
Yeah, basically, I guess the OBS settings. I don't know why it's not working right now, but gotta make it work.
Oh, because you can't grab two camera when you turn OBS. You already have your camera defaulted on, so it comes on and OBS can't hook it.
But like, what kind of bugs me that I don't remember like taking it off in the last time, so that was like kind of like mind-boggling right now. We'll figure it out.
Well, OBS might have turned the camera on in Discord first, so OBS couldn't hook it. That's all.
Got it. Okay.
I feel so lousy when it happens. I feel bad, but we pick it up where we left off.
Yeah.
At least it's a smooth transition.
It was a smooth transition. You got left on Hazeyy? No way, Mr. Mills. Oh man.
I was actually I think I was like mid writing back to Mr. Mills, and then it just disappeared. It's like, all right, nope.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it happens. But thank you all for the kind words about Gianna. She is so much fun to just. I don't know.
You don't crash when you're gaming, right?
I don't crash when I'm gaming. I just streamed for 2 days on my subathon.
Yeah, like 2 days straight.
That's weird.
It was like 2.5 days, I think, total. It was like 50 something. It
restarted like at the end, right? Like
it restarted at 1 hour. I mean, 1 day, 23 hours and 59 minutes, 58 seconds. And I think Streamlabs and Twitch do that. It's not. It's not. On purpose, right? Yeah, they cut it. So I don't know why they did that, but that subathon was amazing. I was so grateful for everyone that hung out with me. We averaged like 40 peeps for the entire stream. So I was
I caught parts of it.
That was awesome.
For so long, I was able to hop in there a couple different times.
How the subs was making it like make you go longer. I didn't know that was a thing you could do. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, you got to just download this with it. Nacho, it was so much fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. I think I'm open to doing something like that once a year maybe, but I don't know if it's even going to be possible now that I'm a dad, right? Now I got a kid. It might not be the thing, you know? That's a lot of work for Chi to be doing all by herself while I sit here on camera for 3 days, whatever it was.
Yeah.
3 straight.
I feel you.
But it was so much fun to do that. And again, I'm so grateful to all of you. It's been a hell of a fucking week, man. Stressful, with the most happiness you can imagine, right? You guys remember the stress and
I was
the
gonna say, I was gonna say because we were always like trying to describe it to you, and you're like, we can never really put it into words. Like now you
Yeah, you
see like
can't.
why it's hard to put that into words, like all those feelings into words, right?
No way to
Yeah,
explain it. No
Like
way at all.
it's a lot of emotions. A lot of different
it
emotions.
is. It's a lot. Nobody is really honest about it though, because it's like hard to be totally forthcoming about it. It's hard to put into words, but there's a lot of stress that comes to like all of a sudden this new person keeping you awake. You know what I mean? And just initially though, like I can imagine getting used to it pretty quickly, the not sleeping thing, because I don't sleep a whole lot now. But it's just gonna be about. So she slept for like 4 hours just now, right? Like from 4 to 6 hours. She's like 6 hours, but now she's gonna be awake for 4 or 5 hours,
6 hours.
right? So it's like, how do
Hmm.
you get them to sleep when in the right time is the question, right? So you gotta. That's what I have to learn. How do I do that? How do I keep them? You don't, right? It's
I
rude
mean,
people trying to wake me up.
you can like it's just, you could try, but at that age, like at that young, they're just gonna do what they want to do.
Honestly.
I played Zelda in the hospital before the whole thing started because we went there to be induced, and then she ended up not needing to be induced.
No, I
So
remember
Oh,
seeing
okay.
you. I remember seeing you write that.
your daughter never slept that much. She's every 1.5 to 2 hours. It was brutal, dude. Sometimes she's up every like over the course of the 6 days she's been here. It's changed every day, like her increments of sleep. But
Mm.
she is generally asleep or just sitting there with her eyes like kind of half open. They
My
don't
dad's
do a
real
whole
quick.
lot, right? This is what they say, the newborns are the best because they don't do shit. They just sit
They
there.
don't do
Eat,
it.
sleep,
Yeah,
poop, bro. Eat, sleep, poop. That's
it's like poop.
basically what I remember with mine, with Lucas. It was every 2 to 3 hours for me, too. Was basically what it was.
I feel like every 3 hours, unless they sleep like through it. But yeah, it's like this is the stage where like right now it's cool. Then you'll get kind of tired of it, right? Like at least I did. I was like, oh, just kind of run around and do stuff. And then when they started running around and doing stuff, I was like,
Mm-mm.
Uh,
shit,
It's the crawling stage. That's when you
shit.
gotta start worrying, man. The crawling stage.
Eat, sleep, poop.
They just, yeah, appreciate these times.
I guess I just want to see when she's coherent, right? Like that's what I'm excited about is I know that there's a whole nother set of stuff that comes with that and to enjoy each stage for what it is. So I'm trying to do that. I'm
Well,
just
Clutch got ads. At least I got ads because I'm not subbed.
Shit.
Mr. Mills, I think my daughter's a good baby so far. I imagine that this things would be much harder if she was screaming all the time. Like she's pretty quiet. She makes cute noises. And sometimes I think she tries to yell for us and like she
Oh,
gets lazy or something. You know what I mean? Because she'll just shout out one, and then stop,
ah,
and
this
then
is
stops.
me. Hey, hey, hey.
there was there was a time when Isabel, I brought her out into her room to change her, and she was crying, and Isabel came in and ran back to Chi and started barking at Chi to wake her up. This was like 2 in the morning. So like the dog is all into it, man. She's like,
Hey, yo.
something's going on,
You
help.
gotta go. Just want to let you know. Don't miss us. Yeah, it's crazy. Like the dog's intuition on like how to be a mom.
There's books on it, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's crazy.
I can't wait to
Did
see
I
my
sh-
dog's reactions because I never had dogs with Lucas, so I'm kind of looking forward to that too.
and when they were little, you mean like they didn't get introduced to him like
Like,
from
like baby,
yeah,
basically,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So
So my mom brought home one of the towels that they wrapped the baby in when she first was born. Like they wipe her down. They brought that home. She put it on our bed and let it sit there overnight until we got back. And the dogs definitely helped. They were expecting it. They
I,
went crazy on that though.
I remember you saying that. That's actually smart. I'm gonna do that. I gotta do that. So that way
100%.
they be prepared.
That's
It
what
was
they say to do to
necessary.
make sure you don't got to get rid of your dog.
You think that a dog would
So,
actually attack a newborn baby though? I feel
I
like
would like to
dogs
hope
know.
not.
Depending on the dog you raise, I guess, you know, like,
I guess,
'cause
yeah, that's how you raise a dog.
I know plenty of people that had dogs with babies, you know, and perfectly fine.
I have a pit bull that brought 2 kids home.
See?
And what the pit will do.
Fucking sleep at the end of the bed. It's fucking
Yeah.
less space now. They fucking sleep right next to them.
They get protective
Yeah.
too, honestly.
Yo, I
Too.
got
I see a
pictures.
lot of them.
I got pictures of this dog like laying like on them. Like that's how close he is. And people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." And I'm like, "You shouldn't come here and try to fuck with my family. Is what you shouldn't do. That's what shouldn't
Dude,
happen. Because that dog is gonna get real pissed."
I've realized that I don't like unwanted opinions, man. Like if I'm not asking for your opinion, please don't like force it onto me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll listen to your opinion, but don't try and force that
Don't
shit
tell
on.
me like I gotta. Yeah. Let me.
Yeah. I have no problem with other people's views and opinions, right? But
It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's a thing. I mean, it's like. So I'm not gonna say every pit bull. I don't want to say pit bulls are bad. I don't want to give that. I don't want to go there. Right? Like there's dogs, right? And it doesn't really matter what kind of dogs, right? If you don't raise it right, it's not gonna act right. That's not the
Exactly.
dog. That's the human that's in charge.
Fact.
you're not wrong.
You don't hear like you only hear bad stuff because people like to complain. Like you know why you don't hear a lot of good shit about pit bulls? Because I don't have the time to go around praising my pit bull like on public forums and the internet and shit. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, my pit bull did a good job today. He didn't bite anybody.
Right. Here's a video of my
Like
dog not biting my kid.
here's my dog just walking down the street with no leash, just chilling, looking at the neighbors and shit. Hope you guys enjoyed that. You know what I mean? Like people just praise the bad shit. Like that's what gets publicity.
If we had a bigger place, I would definitely get a big
Bigger
dog
dog.
for her, just for her.
Yeah, I mean they're tough to like have in like without like the room.
Well,
'Cause my dog
we
is
have
like
the room outside. It's just like
oh that's so
it's just I don't want to
no.
we're not going to have a dog that lives outside all year round, right? They're going to be inside at the very least they would be inside only when it's cold. So I had a pit bull that loved being outside. Preferred to sleep outside if it was a
Yeah.
nice warm night. Oh yeah, right on the porch,
Wow.
right on the
I'm
deck.
sure my dog would too, but I won't let him.
Well, she was a really good
Honestly.
dog, man. She was not on the leash. She was, she just had her tags that showed that she was,
She
belonged
had
to
her
someone.
shots and yeah, where she was
Yeah,
supposed to be at.
yeah, with her address. But then the neighbors and everybody start to get to know the dog, at least in this area, right? And she roamed free. She roamed, man, for miles and miles and miles. And we never
Yeah.
once had her on a leash. Oh yeah. But we didn't realize that we were new to this area, right? And now we don't even let our little dogs play in our yard because of the amount of animals that are just using our front yard for a driveway. You know what I
I was
mean?
gonna say
Just
you live upstate,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, when you say upstate, people fucking think
Well,
Buffalo.
I mean, like,
Like
fucking.
I
I'm not
live
saying you live in
right
the
next to New
Catskills.
York
You don't live in the
City.
Catskills, but I'm saying, like, it's not densely populated, pretty much, right?
No, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I can see the house on my left and my right, but I can't really see what's going on when I'm looking. Like even if someone was outside, right? I'd have to really look, and it would be annoying to try and like see what's going
Figure it
on.
out.
And
Oh, me, I can see what the next 6 neighbors are doing on each
no,
side.
hell no, man. I got three. There's three houses on this road that I live on.
Okay, that's nice.
Three houses, and there's yeah, no, it's pretty secluded, bro. It really is. It's a nice place, and having the property is what's cool about it. Not so much like the lack of inside space. It's not small, but it's just the way that it's laid out. There's not a lot of rooms. There's bigger rooms. You know, it's so it's just different. Like the kitchen and the dining room, living room is like all one big space. You know what I mean? And there's just like an archway through it. That eats up a lot of room when you have three rooms like covering like 3/4 of one floor of your house.
Yeah, I get it. Because like my wife wants another dog, and she wants a fucking Doberman. And I'm like, that's not a dog. That's a fucking another human.
That's a horse.
Yeah, I was like, no, yeah, dude. She's like, but why not? And I'm like, oh, we need a whole nother house for him. Like the dog, if Doberman stands up, it's bigger than me.
Dogs and kids, they give you the same feeling. I can't lie. I definitely am more. I didn't think it was possible to be more obsessed, like with a living thing, right? But like I'm obsessed with my daughter right now. I don't know if that gets worse or if it starts to get a little bit.
I couldn't tell you with the dog. I mean, with the boys, I'll tell you, like they get on my nerves.
I imagine she might too, but it's only 6 days
she
in.
will, but I feel like with a daughter though, it's like it's harder to be like I know I couldn't be as strict with a daughter as I am with my sons.
Man, I was putting up a mental fight. Like, oh my God, I'm having a daughter. I'm so afraid. Like, I'm afraid of obviously one day there's gonna be some asshole breaks her heart. But it's like I'm just so. Yeah, it's hard to really even contemplate that stuff anymore. It was easier to think about like pre-birth.
Yeah.
Like it was easier to fall into those kinds of thoughts. Now it's my brother-in-law actually told me something similar. I was telling him when I first found out that we were having a girl. I was like, "Do you think about, the troubles in the future?" He was like, "Honestly, bro," he was like, "Right now, I'm worried because she's wearing socks on a hardwood floor and this coffee table's got a sharp edge." Like that's what he said to me, and it made so much sense to me. I was like, "Damn, like really, you're worried about the day to day. You're not thinking about nothing ahead of time." And I think that I needed that for my growth as like a human is to kind of get out of that projection and get more into the day to day. So I think that that's going to be one thing that is going to really help because I'm always thinking about future shit with everything. It's always like the future, the future. This really brings me into the moment, because you got to be focused on what's happening in this moment because their life depends on it essentially.
Not wrong
You
on
can't just
that.
you can't just exist like a human, like an adult, where you can just sit here and you get your food, whatever. If you don't stay attentive, that little baby dies. That's crazy.
You're 100% right, bro. Every
I
detail.
had this conversation with my kids like 2 days ago. Was it 2 days ago? 3 days ago? We're just walking around the block and they're riding their scooters, and I was like, "All right, listen," because they keep wanting to like go up way ahead, and I was like, "Listen, if you're gonna, we're like on the side of the road." I had this conversation. If you guys are gonna ride your scooters up there, you have to make sure you're looking at the cars. Car starts to come a little too close to the sidewalk, and Daddy tells you to run. You have to make sure. Like I know Daddy always tells you not to go in people's yards, but if Daddy yells really loud to move, then you have to run in somebody's yard. That's the only time you could go run in somebody's yard.
Do they understand that though?
Yeah, I hope. I mean, I don't want to.
You should do it as a practice one day, like
because it's like bro, and like when I was a kid, I feel like it wasn't like nobody was texting and driving. I didn't have to worry about that shit. Like they would look at the fucking road. People don't look at the road.
She said that shit to me the other day. I was like, I almost got like rammed over because somebody just didn't seem like they were even paying attention. And she was like, dude, everybody's distracted. Everybody's on their fucking phones. Like you can't even, like the cops, I don't even think write tickets for that shit anymore because they just be pulling everybody over. It's like everybody's touching a phone, a GPS that's
a radio,
to their car, right?
Yeah.
A fucking giant 24-inch flat screen in their Tesla.
Fucking watching movies and shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, the Tesla. Hopefully, the Tesla will see the kids because motherfuckers got their feet up in that thing. Fucking autopilots and shit.
those Teslas are dope, but the batteries, and this is a whole podcast that I actually want
that's a whole podcast.
I would love to talk about that one day, though. I want to do some more research about the cobalt mines and
how bad it really
so
is.
real quick though,
Oh.
and I just want to know if you've heard of it. Did you hear about how we're going to be losing cash? Is that actually happening this July, where they're going to start to try and phase out actual cash dollars, the bill?
No, I haven't heard that, but
I thought they were. Then I hear something like they're making a currency that's better, like they're worth more than American dollar bill.
Because they're going to make it like a fucking Bitcoin. They're going to change
so
it
to go
to
digital.
digital. But that's the thing, bro. If your money turns digital, like yes,
There's no value.
It's not that there's no value, because we're always going to have Fort Knox gold reserve, right? But more than that, it would be based off of our current economy, which is inflated, right? It's inflated like crazy. They're saying that you could invest in it, whatever, but this is all like conjecture, right? Like I don't know what the fuck is true and what's not.
If it's
But
based off the economy, am I gonna raise to fucking go with this shitty ass inflation?
But my point was this, right? Like they're starting to get everybody with their PayPals and their Cash Apps, right? If you have over $600 that comes to you on on one of those Cash App things, you got to pay taxes on that now, right? Anything more than $600. So that means the kid that used to get $20 when I was growing up, I'd shovel a driveway and I'd make $25 cash. Now people give you Cash App, PayPal, right?
Yeah,
Like
can I
just
send it to
Cash
you?
App you,
Yep.
right? And up until this past year, there was no regulation on that stuff, right? So it was still pretty much willy-nilly. It's going to be all trackable. Yes, exactly, Ramos. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you get into this situation where now everything is completely digital, that means that the cash in hand thing doesn't exist. What happens to the economy at that point? You know, because they're going to be dismantling the drug trade, and that shit props our economy up like crazy. Listen, whole nother podcast, right? Whole nother podcast.
For real.
But this shit is crazy to think about, and I don't know what's true and what's not. So I was just wondering if you guys heard anything. The fact
No,
that you
I actually
haven't,
have not heard about it, but
the fact
I
that
don't
you
watch TV.
oh, well, I was gonna say the fact that you haven't makes me feel better. A big part of the economy is cash in hand, but that's exactly my point. It is it's
Cash
very
is king,
much
right?
yeah,
Like,
it's
all over the
very
world.
much a part of the economy. Like people shuffle around cash and buy. So what does that mean? Does that mean that gold isn't worth anything? Like people will end up starting to trade gold, I bet. People
I wonder
will
what's gonna happen to my digital currencies, my pixels, my
just
counter
don't
trade
even
skins and shit like that.
right. I wonder what happens with that.
I got like
But all of it, the tipping. What about haircuts? What about these people that do
I
haircuts?
tip in cash, man.
Yo,
I pay for my
fact. That's
haircut
what I
cash. I
think,
tip in cash. I always tip in. Well, I don't say always. If I go to
I
a
always find it
restaurant,
terrible to have to stop at the ATM to go get my haircut.
so that's the thing is my place is cash only. It's fucking
Mine too. That means that getting deals or under the table transactions
Yeah, I
are
was gonna
on.
say that means the prices of shit is gonna go up too. But that's why you get a deal for cash because they don't got to pay a transaction fee.
But what happens to under the table stuff? Like, does a barter system to come about? And like now people are
I got
now
you. I
people
got
are
this gold chain.
right. Well, what I'm saying is now you're weighing out gold because it's actually worth something and it's precious metal, right? Like I've always thought about it might be time, man. This is not financial advice, but maybe we should be buying gold, right? Maybe it's because if everything falls apart, man, that's what's gonna be worth money when shit starts to come back. You know what I mean? To normal. If we have an economy collapse, what's gonna be worth money?
Real estate.
You think
Gold.
real estate?
Anything that's
Property.
finite. Anything that's finite is that like can hold value, right? Like real estate is always be worth money because there's a finite amount of real estate. You can't create any more land.
But it's so
You can go
expensive
build some
already.
fucking
People don't
houses
buy
like in
it.
the middle of nowhere. I mean, here's the thing: like, gold is valuable to to you, but like gold's not
Right.
valuable to me. Like
But
I don't wear
gold-
gold shit. Like I don't give a fuck.
No, but if your money was gold, you would
Well,
deal
then I
with
would
it.
give a fuck. Then I would give a fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
You would deal with it. You deal with cash, with dollar bills. You deal with
Yeah.
numbers, right? So it's like if that was your your money, you would be like, oh shit.
Who knows, man? Maybe it'll go back to like before money, right? Like, hey, man, I need my
I
haircut.
got this. You need this.
Like
But
for
how do you
like
pay a bank
6 months, I'll
with
do. Well, I don't. You know, fuck the. I mean, you forgot the banks, but it's kind of like, hey, man. I guess your job pays like the bank. Or my job will pay like my mortgage and shit.
Dude.
But it's like, yo, if I need a haircut, like I'll detail your car. I'll wash your car.
if the
Cut my hair, wash your
dollar
car.
if the dollar were to collapse, things would be really scary for a while. But I don't want to speculate into that direction, but I do want to do more research into what that's all about because I don't know what exactly is true and what's not. I hear so
Yeah,
much.
I haven't heard that. That's. I mean, digital is very convenient. Well, I mean, bro, I actually had to ask my tax guys because like I send money, I Zelle way more than $600 like back and forth to my wife because instead of like going to the ATM to take out cash to go to the other bank to put it in, I just sell it from one account to the other. And
Exactly.
I've never had to worry about it.
Facts.
The whole Bitcoin thing was a beta test for it. It's possible. That's what I forget what that guy's name was. It wasn't Warren Buffett.
I don't
was
think
some
that
other-
Bitcoin was a beta test per se, but they probably were like, all right, they took all the information they had and said, okay, we can do this with this information. You know, I think they took like we're like, all right, we'll make Bitcoin as a test.
Well, they could have did it to just inflate everything. The economy was so inflated at that time anyway.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what happens. Time will tell. Baby girl has a dirty diaper. Like that's a thing.
That's a
Oh
thing. Fuck.
man.
It's your turn. That'll be a thing too. It's your turn.
Oh man, I'm about to eat
before we
something
go-
after this.
I know we were talking about DC movies like I mean often.
Mhm.
I seen the preview for the Blue Beetle, which like I said I'm not into DC, but that movie looked pretty sick.
The Blue Beetle. Who is the Blue Beetle?
It's a DC movie. I don't know. Like I said, I was never
No,
into
who's
DC.
playing him?
Oh, Miguel from Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, really?
Miguel from Cobra Kai is playing. But the preview looked pretty dope. I went to see Super Mario Brothers with my kids. I took the kids to see Super Mario Brothers.
Hey.
Are they making one more
was funny.
season of Cobra Kai? Are they killing it?
I don't know. I stopped watching it. I don't think I watched last season.
Anybody seen
I
the new
watched that
Fast
shit.
10?
I watch it like it's a movie, though. I usually just sit there and binge watch the whole season in one shot.
Have you seen the new Fast 10?
I have not.
I've been meaning to, but I have not seen it yet.
Is it good at least?
I haven't seen it yet either. That's
seen
why I
it.
wanted to like ask y'all, get your opinion.
No, I haven't. I mean, look, everybody makes fun of like the last one because they sent Luda into space and shit, or Tyree. Where went Luda into space, right? But like, I like the movies. I've liked all of them.
Yeah.
But
I heard they're bringing Dwayne back. I heard they're giving his own movie now.
Who?
With The Rock.
Oh, they're not. It's so you know why he was in like 2 movies and then was never in any of them after that?
They got mad about like him doing Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, about him doing the one with Statham, like the side one, because supposedly they had plans to do a bunch of side movies, and then when Paul Walker died, they made the pact that they wouldn't do that, and then when he did it, he was
they got
not part of that. They got pissed off, and yeah.
He was just mad that he wasn't getting his own. That's all.
Who? The Rock or
no? I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about Tyrese. Tyrese was
Oh
mad.
yeah, I remember that. He was more sentimental about that shit.
Yeah, he was.
I remember the videos, bro. Shit. Tyrese.
Javante Davis is in jail.
The crazy thing is, I don't think like Paul Walker would have gave a shit if they did. You know what I mean? Like that's what they mean. That's like what they say. Like
He's in this one in the very beginning in a flashback because they explain why Jason Momoa is so angry.
Okay.
So I did see the first 30 minutes.
Did they use like a flashback from previous movies, or did they use his brother and AI?
I think they used. No, I'm pretty sure they used like different footage from the movie. that you just didn't
Okay.
see in some of the regular movie, like some of Fast Five or whatever it was, because even The Rock is in it. Like you
Yeah.
can see
Okay.
all of them in a certain scene. But we gotta get ready to go,
Let me make sure he's good.
guys.
The AI scares me more about the dollar.
I just appreciate everybody again. Sorry for the crash, Clutch. Thanks for saving.
Of course. So what we here for? So we do.
It's
Here's the
been
word.
real. I'm so friggin' happy. Thank you all.
Got all these backgrounds to move a window, I turn orange.
Yeah, digital
Make lighting
currency and AI
fluctuate.
production is going to be the next wave. AI is already taking over,
Because
and people are.
AI scares me way more
Dude,
than currency does.
there was a real true story about a guy that was dealing with AI surveillance, and if it told the AI drone to not attack a threat, so it deemed the guy controlling it a threat and killed the. It was like a true story though. Like this happened
That's
in a.
fucking crazy.
What?
Yeah, dude, crazy as
Wow.
fuck. Crazy as fuck. I'm gonna look for it, and then
I don't even want to know.
I want to
That's
know.
hell no.
like no one ever saw Terminator movies, right? Like, why wouldn't you fucking listen to Jimmy Cameron? Jimmy Cameron knows. Listen to
He
him.
knows. He fucking
He
knows.
knows.
He knows, bro. He's from the future. He
He
came
knows.
back to save us. Yo, SP, much love, guys.
All right, everybody. Y'all have it going, all right?